Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here with Job Interview Tools. If you're interviewing for jobs and you already have a job, employers are going to ask you, why do you want to leave your job? And rightfully so. There's two techniques you can use to answer this question. One is the push technique and the other is the pull technique. Now, most people, when they interview for jobs and they say, the employer says, why do you want to work here? They use the push technique. They push themselves onto the employer. They try to talk about all the things that they've done that are so great and all the results that they can bring to that employer. And they express a lot of interest in working for that employer. That's the push technique, where you're pushing yourself on the employer. Most people do that. I've done that. That's a method that I even teach here on YouTube and in my interview guide. But there's another way. There's a stronger technique to answering this question, why do you want to leave your job? And it's called the pull technique, but nobody uses it. Nobody even understands that it exists. And if you search on YouTube, you probably won't find anybody talking about the pull technique. That's right, you heard it here first. So let me explain the pull technique. That's where you get an employer to convince you to come and work for them. Instead of you trying to convince them to hire you, where you're pushing yourselves, you get them to turn that around. And you get them to try to pull you in. They try to convince you to leave your job. So how do you do that? How do you get an employer to turn things around and say, well, Don, we really want you to come and work for us. We want you to leave your job over there, come over here, we can do so much more for you. That's what you want them to say. So how do you get them to say that? For starters, you have to have something that they want. You have to be really good at something, whether it's sales, whether it's engineering, whether it's software development, customer service, whatever it is. You have to be so good at it, so magnetic that they want you. So when they ask you, so Don, why do you want to leave your job? What you want to tell them is, I like my job. I like them. I like where I'm at. I like the people. I like the company. I like everything about it. But there's something missing in it. I'm searching for something greater, something that has more meaning. I like what I do, but I don't feel great about doing it. And I'm searching for something else that's going to make me feel even better about the work that I do. So I'm not entirely ready to leave my company until I find something that is a match for me inside what I want. And that has to be mutual. It can't just all be about me. That company has to want me as well. They have to want what I have. They have to be attracted to what I can bring to an organization. And I'm searching for just that right company who has what I'm looking for and they really want what I have. So I'm searching for that right company where I can add tremendous value to their goals, their mission, and everything about them. And they have to be interested in me. They have to want me. They have to want to help me grow and to feel great about myself. So at the end of the day, when I go home, I can feel proud of what I did. I can feel proud of where I work, the people I helped, and everything else that I do. So I'm not getting that feeling from where I'm at. Even though I like it, I like the people, and I like the culture, and I like the company, but the overall mission of our company isn't that compelling for me. So I'm looking for something greater. I'm looking for something stronger. And I'm hoping that I can find that in your company. So right there, you heard it. That is the pull technique. You are expressing, you're laying it all on the line there. You're telling them who you are, what you want, what you're looking for. And what you want them to do is become attracted to that. If they are not attracted to that message, then they're the wrong company for you. And this answer, this style, this pull technique isn't going to work. The pull technique is a way to put it all on the line, to say, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. If you don't have that, I'm out of here. That's what the pull technique does. So the pull technique could actually disqualify you in this interview process with this company a lot faster than if you were to use the push technique. It's a different style. It also depends on you. It depends on if you're really desperate to get out of the company where you're working, you may not want to use the pull technique. If you're kind of on the fence a little bit, like, you could stay there, it doesn't really matter, and you are looking for something greater, and you're going to keep searching and searching until you find something greater, then try the pull technique. It will force an employer to either say, yes, we are really interested in you, or no, we're not interested at all. You're basically forcing them. You're basically calling their bluff right there in the middle of the interview. Are you committed to me? If you're not going to be committed to me, I'm not going to be committed to you, and we can practically just end this conversation right now. So there you have it. You got the push technique, where you try to convince an employer to hire you, and you've got the pull technique, where you try to get them to convince you to leave your job. There's much more strength in the pull technique. You have much more leverage, because now they're chasing after you. They're trying to sell you on coming to work for them. And that's where you have so much leverage. And if you can get to that level, that gives you so much more leverage when it comes time to negotiation, where maybe they offer you, $80,000, and you're like, I'm really looking for 105. And they'll be like, okay, we'll do it. We like you. We want you. You're everything that we're looking for. So you've made yourself a lot more magnetic to their company, their culture, and what they're looking for. And they chase after you. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You have so much more power and leverage in using that pull technique and getting them to chase after you. All right, my friend, that's all I have for you today. Good luck on your next interview, but be careful. Be careful with this push-pull technique. If you don't use it correctly, you'll probably wreck any chances you have of working for that company. So maybe test it out on a couple of companies that maybe you don't really care if you get that job or not. That's generally what this technique is for. If you don't really care if you get the job or not, try to use the pull technique. If you do care and you really want this job, then maybe you want to take a step back and use the push technique. You have to kind of balance them and try it out and figure out which one suits you best. These techniques that I share with you on YouTube. I mean, some of them may fit you perfectly. Others might feel awkward. Might feel awkward for you to try some of these techniques, make you feel uncomfortable. And if you're uncomfortable in the interview process, that's going to show, and employers are going to kind of scratch their head and say, I'm not really sure about this Don guy. So it might eliminate you from any kind of consideration. So use these with caution. All right? Now, before your next interview, do this. I would also suggest grabbing a copy of the Complete Interview Answer Guide. This is my book here. I've had this for about 10 years. It's published in ebook. You can download it from Job Interview Tools. It's like $47. It's also available in audio, video, and physical hard copy. This book right here, I can ship it out to you. This goes into a lot more detail than what I can here on YouTube about answering different questions. This guide has over 40 different behavioral questions. It teaches you, how to answer. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to leave your job? Why did you leave your last job? Why are you fired? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? It covers all those kind of questions. Even, why do you want to work here? And I've got about 140 different questions in this guide. It's going to go into a lot of detail, get you very well prepared for your next interview. And like I said, you can download this, a quick download from jobinterviewtools.com. And I can't say enough good things about it. Plus something else about this guide, it includes support with me. So if you ever get stuck while you're preparing for a job interview and you have a question, you can actually reach out to me. You can email me. There's instructions in this guide that will tell you how you can email me directly, and I'll get right back to you in a day or two. Now, I don't know of any other author anywhere who has a guide on interviewing. I know there's tons on Amazon, but I guarantee you won't find their email address in any of their guides. But me, I do, because I'm not hiding behind my book like a lot of people are. I throw it all out there, and I'm here for you. I'm here to help you go farther in the interview process. I'm here to help you land that next job. I don't want you to have to go through 6 months of interview after interview after interview. I want you to go out there in 3 weeks and crush it, nail it, knock it out of the park, and land that job. I mean, most people, when they interview for jobs, it takes them 4 to 6 months at a minimum. at a minimum 4 to 6 months to find a job. And that's because they have to polish their interview skills, and they have to dial in what they're looking for, and they have to get into a rhythm. Well, this guide is going to help you get into that rhythm 10 times faster. 10 times faster with this guide. So you're going to go a lot farther in the interview process, a lot faster, and you're going to start working a lot faster than most everybody else. All right? So that's all I have for you today. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now. If you found this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notifications every time I release a new video. And by subscribing, you support me, my message, and this channel, so I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you hit subscribe.